Welcome back. We have now a phono with the Vice Chancellor of the City of University in New York, Dr. Mohamed Attalla. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Ms. Amal. Thank you very much for speaking with me.
Yes, it's my pleasure, sir. Sir, could you give us your insight about the importance and significance of the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's attending as Egypt this conference of Petersburg Climate Dialogue is under the joint chairmanship of Egypt and Germany?
Yes, absolutely. As we know, this conference, the Petersburg Climate Dialogue, is held annually since 2010 after the Copenhagen Climate Change Conference. And this year is the 13th conference to be held, and it could be considered a very good preparation for COP27 that will be held in November in Sharm el-Sheikh. And having Egypt as a co-chair for this particular dialogue, and that will strengthen also Egypt's leadership for the climate conference in Sharm el-Sheikh, and potentially, as I said, strengthen Egypt's leadership globally for dealing with the impact of the climate.
Yes. Yes, so Dr. Attalla, the President held a press conference with the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, during which the President hailed the role played by Germany in the field of climate change. Also, for his part, Chancellor Scholz hailed Egypt's role in this field and praised that Egypt are offering Germany and Europe natural gas in time that the world is facing global crisis.
Yes, well, Egypt has actually, there were the previous 6 visits to Germany only in the last 7 years, and it's probably the 7th visits. And those visits strengthen the mutual views of both Egypt and Germany on many files, and some of which is working on the climate change, as we said, the Africa-Europe Union partnership and the economic development, in addition to security policies. And meeting with CEOs as part of this visit will also strengthen those economic ties with Europe. Like, I can tell you that Germany currently have investments in Egypt that exceeds about $7 billion, with over 1,000 German companies working in Egypt. And this is focused on vital sectors such as energy, tourism, and transportation. And in addition to these investments, there are several German companies actually working also on contracts in Egypt in various areas that upgrade the Egyptian infrastructure. So it's really expected that those investments and these contracts will increase in the future, and those ties with Germany will be strengthened with this visit.
Yes, Doctor, to what extent is this conference important, an important station ahead of the next round of the Global Climate Summit, COP27, which is going to be held next November here in Egypt in Sharm el-Sheikh?
Yeah, as I said earlier, globally, companies and leaders of states working together on the international arena to combat the impact of the climate change and increase of global warming, and working with reduction of emission and the carbon footprint. So having those discussions in Petersburg, there will be many talks and many roundtable discussions and workshops about ideas that come globally, and exchanging views between different companies, different industries, and different political mindsets, and using this as a platform to prepare for the climate action COP27 That will really strengthen the success of the conference in Sharm el-Sheikh and really make potential positive results, having prepared the road for the conference and the discussions.
Yes. Also, Dr. Attalla, the President, have met, and there are several meetings on the sideline of this Petersburg Climate Dialogue Conference. On the sideline of this conference, the President is holding several meetings, like with the meetings with mega German companies interested in investing in Egypt. So, could you give us your insight concerning this?
Yes, and you know the ties between Germany and Egypt is very strong already, and both Egypt and Germany are very interested in strengthening those ties. And if you look at in 2020, for example, the trade between the two countries were about 5.5 billion, increased in 21 to about 6 billion, and now in 2022 it's over 7.1 billion dollar. So the growth is steady. And that reflects the interest of Germany. And also last year, about 70 German companies have established offices in Egypt. So potential meetings with the CEOs will strengthen those relationships, will provide German counterparts with the environment in Egypt and how Egypt is ready to facilitate businesses, and the environment in Egypt is a good environment for trade exchange. So there is an expectation that will increase in investment in Egypt.
Yes. Dr. Attalla, also, to what extent are the two countries, Egypt and Germany, keen on boosting trade relations?
Yes, as I said earlier, Ms. Amal, I provided certain numbers, and if you look at the trend of the previous relationships and the economic exchange and the trade between the two countries, it reflects this level of interest and the fact that the two countries are interested in developing those mutual relationship, and there is a very good future. Germany is the strongest economic engine in the European Union, and it's very fortunate for Egypt to have those relationship with Germany and encourage the investments in Egypt.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time, and thank you for your valuable information. Dr. Mohamed Attalla, Vice Chancellor of City University of New York. Well, earlier, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi was received by German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier at Presidential Palace in Berlin. The two leaders, al-Sisi and Steinmeier, held talks on bilateral relations and means of boosting these relations, in addition to ways of coordination and consultation regarding a number of regional and international files. President Sisi also wrote a memorial message and signed a Presidential Palace Honor Book. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a short break, and I'm going to be back with you.